Good morning, everybody. My name is Do van der Zalm. I'd like to welcome you on board our 737MAX flight from Amsterdam to Funchal, Madeira. I'm joined today with my colleague Stefan van der Gift, and today we're going to give you an inside peek on our flight. All right, Stefan, are you ready for the checking off our flight plan and our flight?
Yes, go ahead.
Today, flights 1741 with a ATC call sign of the 7 Tango Golf, flight Amsterdam to Madeira.
Yep.
We have OFP number 2.0. You have the same?
I have the same.
Very good. So if we open it up, do you see any specifics in this flight?
Well, not a lot. I did notice that the alternate is not planned for Porto Santo, but for Lanzarote.
Yes.
We initially discussed Tenerife, so that was something I noticed.
Yeah, okay. Good. You have takeoff 2 with an assumed of 36 degrees and 79. The flaps 1, V1163, VR164, V2167. Then the MFRA 900, outdoor throttle and 167 with an RNAV departure. Would you mind getting the clearance, please?
Alright, departure clearance. We are clear to Madeira 36 left, good at 2 Victor as briefed. Squawk with 2134.
Perfect.
Again, sight, dan it's Quebec, Whiskey 5, 4 runway 36 left, orange 7 Tango Golf.
Delta 258, stand ground, 1.805.
Good, that is copied. Alpha 5 is turned to the right here. Then the Embraer, we have him in sight, it's on our 12 o'clock, following him. A different taxi routing than briefed. The taxi routing now via Quebec and through cross Whiskey 5. Yeah. So there's also a change for the engine start. Mm-hmm. Where would you like to start the number 1 engine?
I would start the number 1 engine, probably beam the Alpha 20 parking position.
Yeah, I agree.
Your RT?
My RT.
And right is clear. We have the motoring to stabilize the engine a bit before we start. And at 25% we select the engine start lever, which will do some self-tests. Now it introduced fuel. We see the EGT rising. And at 63% we expect the starter to be disconnected. Start to get out. Check. We have a good start.
So Stefan, 15 seconds to go. Upon turn, the timing is complete. Would you be ready?
Yes.
Good. Timing 5 minutes, 6 seconds. You have control?
I have control.
Thrust set.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
VNAV speed. Check. Climb flight level 130, orange 7 Tango Golf. Flight level 130 set. Check. set standard.
Standard, flight level 30.
Standard, flight level 31.
Kilowatt 618, descent to level 45.
What auto brake setting would you prefer?
I think that 2 would be sufficient. We will aim at the turning pad here, and we'll turn the airplane for a slight backtrack and then vacate via Bravo again.
Perfect.
So this amount of distance would be sufficient. Auto brake 2.
Cool. Without reverse thrust, auto brakes 2 gives us a 26 minutes turnaround time. We're scheduled for 50 or so minutes, so that is no problem. I'll select those. Flaps 30 it is. Standard 5 knots wind correction, and the auto brake will select 2.
Check. Airplane, we have no deficiencies. We already checked the recall system. I'll do it again. No deficiencies on the airplane. Have you found any NOTAMs that we need to discuss over Madeira?
We discussed briefly about the maintenance works going on. We do have a slot, so it should not be a factor.
Okay.
So
good. All right, thank you. Weather-wise, we have seen in ATIS, the latest ATIS is about 20 minutes old now. Some clouds 1,300 feet, no limiting wind, and temperature, which is nice. The runway is wet. We calculated with wet figures, and so weather-wise, we're okay. Fuel, more than enough, 4.5. For now we have an alternate of Lanzarote, and in case of a malfunction we can also use the option of Porto Santo. If not, weather related, we should divert to Lanzarote. Anyhow, then in that case, I'll show you the RMP Alpha approach for the runway 05. In the FMC, we have at this moment the RMP approach runway 05, and you can move along with the FMC and the routing of the points. The date chart 27 May, you would have the same, I guess, with an RMP Alpha for the runway 705 or 05 with a 7.5 number on the chart. Yep. It starts at the Pilum. The restriction where we talked about 230 is on here. There's also published holding. Furthermore, on the chart, a lot of notifications. We have some ball marks for visual approach pattern. The runway 05C, the RMP 05 visual, which we'll brief you in a moment. There's a caution. Execute all turns over the sea due to high terrain on the sector north and west of the airport. MSA specific, 8.2 in the northern part, 2.9 in the southerly part, and that's 2.0 in the area where we operate. Yeah. Then there's another warning for landing wind limitations. Well, we talked about that already. Then also a big ball mark here, an RNAV procedure for cloud breaking. For now, we have broken clouds at 1,300 feet, so we stick to the plan. We'll make an RMP approach all the way down to our minima, 940 feet. During this lateral part, we pass the Mike Alpha 563. Do you have that in the FMC?
Yeah, Mike Alpha 563.
Then we'll pass the Mike Alpha 564.
Yes.
The Mike Alpha 565.
Yes.
And then eventually the Mike Alpha 566.
Yes.
So if we see the vertical profile, there we have both points, the 563, the 564. The 564 is our FAF and the intermediate of the 563. This is a 2 mile. What would you call me when we approach the MA 563?
That be the call, approaching glide path.
Exactly. What do you expect of me when you do the call?
I expect you to verify the aircraft configuration and also check the required settings in the mode control panel. One of the autopilots would be in command. We can select the minimums, LNAV and VNAV with the speed window open.
Correct. Thank you. Then we'll join a 3 degrees glide path, 2.98 to be exact, all the way down to our minima where we cross the Mike Alpha 565 at 2180 to the Mike Alpha 566, which is our missed approach point.
Yeah.
If we do not have visual contact with the runway, which is on the right side, then we should make a missed approach. Missed approach is not in the FMC from point Mike Alpha 566. So I would name that as a threat. I would ask you to select MONIC manually in the FMC so we can proceed MONIC. Restriction 230 knots as a maximum at 3,000 feet. For MONIC we can join the hold specified here in the chart and also specified in the FMC. If we do have visual contact, stand by.
1 year.
Base Power 132.255 for a 7 Tango Golf. Base Power Orange 7 Tango Golf, flight level 370 in McLeodro.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, please widen to 5.
Good. Other considerations that we have, the minima is set, the missed approach is specified here, and runway will come back to that in the visual segment of the chart. Other items you would like me to mention? No? Good. Then the second chart, it's the visual part. Visual part of this runway, it starts a little bit early, the 565, but it actually starts here at the Mike Alpha 566. So again, a lot of information. There's a caution, it's the same caution. For the instrument approach, it refers to the chart that we just discussed. Here are some wind limitations. Those are a main factor which we already explained to our audience, but also to you in an earlier stage. So for now we are well within our limitations with the wind that's provided to us, so we're okay to execute. So this all being a visual flown segment, firstly after the MI566 will continue to a point which is called MA534 in our FMC, which is not specified here on this chart, but that's just to show you how it looks when we fly the entire route. So I'll show also the audience here. If we close it up here, and I'll transfer the display, the instruments for a moment. So for a bigger view, the 565, the 566, then the point 852, which is also a point which is not on the chart, just for an LNAV path to be created. So you see it's a very nice continuous turn into position Galo, which we have on our chart here. Then position Rosario, where we have the wind information from our ATIS. Then restrictions, they're not hard restriction, the 850 and the 460 feet being a visual approach. Now then we expect approximately between 500 and 300 feet to be wings level and to continue. There's some aids for us. We have a PAPI on the left hand side, we have a PAPI on the right hand side. The PAPI on the right hand side shows you 3 degrees, but they are a little bit offset. They have been turned like this to support you. When you look outside, you can see if we are on the 3 degrees glide path. Yeah. When you're final, the right side may be different than the left side PAPI. Okay? Gotcha. Furthermore on this chart, same MSA, nothing else to tell about this picture here. There's a remark distance are indicated on visual pattern for runway 05 beyond the missed approach point. Missed approach. Anytime that we should find ourselves in a situation that a missed approach is required. When we have not executed the turn, I'll ask you to select MONIC and we'll continue to position MONIC. Once we started the turn, I will continue the turn all the way around, overhead the runway, and then to MONIC again. Again, I will ask you to select MONIC manually. Yep. If we are on final, same story, we'll continue, and I'll ask you to select MONIC. So that's different, non-standard operation, or actually it's not being detailed on this visual chart what the missed approach procedure should be. This is how it is. Then we expect to land. We did our landing calculations, and the landing calculation would give us that we'll turn approximately this turning pad here. We cannot turn on the runway, and we'll vacate on Bravo. Do you mind taking the cabin to me, please?
Yes.
French hours, what can you think of?
We did mention the terrain, which is especially a factor in missed approach procedures that you briefed.
Yeah.
The wind, it is reported variable.
Yeah. So I'll mainly look outside. That's a thread that I would like to mention. I would ask you to call me out verities on speed and verities on altitude, or vertical speed that matter, or bank angle. Nevertheless, my eyes will be inside outside, but I will pick up the visual trajectory and land the airplane on the runway 05.
Sounds good.
Good?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you. Good.
Approaching flight path.
1000. Autopilot still engaged. Check. Helm off. VNOF.
Pilot 7 Tango, contact tower 118.355.
118.355 per tower. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Flap 5.
FSC speed. Tower Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, Madrid Tower, report visual, hands 5.
Welcome, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Cancel auto throttle. Jammer dat het poor visibility is for now. We'll break clouds in a moment and you'll see Madeira on the right hand side there, Steve. Beautiful. You see the runway? Right over there. Yeah, it's on a sort of bridge. It's the last part of the runway.
Happy to call official?
Yes, I am happy to call visual.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, visual on the 05.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, clear visual approach, hands 05, wind check, Rosari 280 degrees, 7 knots. Touchdown 280 degrees, 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 130 and 300 degrees.
Copy, cleared visual approach from the 05, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
So the wind changed a bit.
Approaching minimums.
VNF alt is checked.
VNF alt.
Minimums checked.
Check.
Tower low from
280 has no limitations on the wind.
and Alpha
Nee,
1
maar you can adjust the approach speed by make it 10.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's because of the gust.
Yeah, I agree. So final speed 153.
Check.
Okay. You're past the beam point.
Check.
Traffic is rolling.
Check. Gear down. Flaps 15. Manual flight.
Flight director.
Manual thrust. Match heading on runway. Flap 30. Set fast.
Oops, 153 it is.
Check.
7 Tango Golf, wind at Rosari 290 degrees, 7 knots, touchdown 300 degrees, 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 200 and 320 degrees, hands 5, good line.
1,000.
1000. Check.
Checked.
Mr. Approach altitude, please.
Minimums.
Aanmeldig chart. 3000 feet.
Landing.
Checked.
Als jij naar buiten kijkt, zie jij dan 2 rood?
Nee, I do not see the puppies.
Alright.
But judging it sounds about right. Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Ja.
And check speed. And 2 white, 2 red on the left side. And also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we de kust.
500.
Stable.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Outer brake 1.
1.
Tower point 2 on the other. So there's 160 approaching terrain for RNP. So Alpha, Runway 05. There's 160 Madeira Tower, report visual Runway 05. Report visual Runway 05, LSO's 160.
Turning pad. Check.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, backtrack approve, TUIfly Bravo, and Alpha 4.
Backtrack approved. Then vacate Bravo, Alpha 4. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Er is nergens gesproken over regen.
Nee? Ja, en de tempo.
Ja, maar niet inderdaad. Dus
Nee?
we hebben nog een laatste ATS gegeven. En ja, timing.
Checked. Bravo, exit first left. And then Alpha 4, that's just past the terminal on the left side.
Check. Wipe roll.
$1,000.
1000. Check.
Checked.
Mr. Approach altitude, please.
Minimums.
Aanmeldig chart. 3000 feet.
Landing.
Checked.
Als jij naar buiten kijkt, zie jij dan 2 rood?
Nee, I do not see the puppies.
Alright.
But judging it sounds about right. Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Ja.
And check speed. And 2 white, 2 red on the left side. And also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we de kust.
500.
Stable.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Outer brake 1.
1.
Tower point 2 on the other. So there's 160 approaching terrain for RNP. So Alpha, Runway 05.
Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Ja.
And check speed. And Too wide, too red on the left side. And also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we die kust.
500.
Stable.
Fifty, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Auto brake 1.
1.
Tower muito bom dia, Açores 160, approaching Berlin for R&P, Alpha, Runway 05. Açores 160, Madeira Tower, report visual runway 05. Report visual runway 05, Açores 160.
Turning pads. Check.